Ashram, a web series by Prakash Jha, has got a great distaste of Twitter artists. And why so? While all my Twitter friends might already know the reason by now, here I am for the audience who doesn't know the reason. First, Twitter artists claim that this is a fake script and pushes forth Hindu phobia. And secondly, they claim that this fake story tends to malign the culture of dharmshalas and the culture of ashrams. Now, if I have to look into the greater picture, this distaste is caused by majorly the content that the web series holds, and secondly, the way or the ease by which such Hindu-phobic content gets through to the larger audience. Now, in this discussion today, we'll look at what are the regulations that the government is now talking about for the OTT platforms, what are the grievances that have been raised on some Netflix series or web-based series, what is the regulation that we can talk about for the OTT-based platforms, and is there a need for regulations, and if so, to what extent do we need these regulations? I have with me Tushar here. Hello, Tushar.
Hey Anushka.
So recently we've had a lot of news coming about that the OTT platforms are now going to be regulated by the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. What is your take on that, and how do you see this entire thing?
Well, to begin with, Ashram was trending in the morning on Twitter. Prakash Jha, one of the reputed filmmakers in the Indian industry, who's captured the Hindi heartland in a very mature manner in his previous movies, unlike any other producer or director in Bollywood. So his series was trending. It stars Bobby Deol. Now, I've not seen the series completely, but what could I make out of it? The plot and everything. It's heavily inspired by the Ram Rahim fiasco we had in Haryana a few years ago, where he had to be convicted for the rape cases. Nevertheless, to say that it's Hindu phobic or it's devoid of any reality is a bit of exaggeration, because we've seen similar cases happen very recently in Haryana itself. Nevertheless, let's come to the bigger picture here. The government is now moving OTT platforms under the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. Now, there's no set of regulations as such, not as of now, but it all doesn't just deal with the OTT platforms. It also deals with all the content, audio and visual, that is produced for internet consumption, for consumption over the internet. So it's a huge umbrella that the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting wants to have over the content that's produced digitally. And to put it very simply, it's a huge step by the government. And therefore, any precedent that is set right now, it will be an example for the years to come, for the decades to come. Because going forward, OTT platform, content made on YouTube, content made on other streaming channels will be the major content that is created. It won't be the big screens anymore. So whatever form this regulation takes, whatever form this attention or whatever form this caretaking by the Ministry of Information Broadcasting takes place, that will be very important to watch.
Absolutely. And if we talk about the larger picture and talk about series like Ghol, Sacred Games, Layla, we have all seen that how all these series have tend to malign the Hindu culture, have shown Hindu men in a bad light. But when I tend to realize this in a larger picture, there have also been coincidences like where people have said that all of this was just a coincidence and it has nothing to do with Hindu phobia. Now, moving on, while I see this in a greater picture, there has also this thing that if all of these series tend to point in one light, it cannot be a coincidence. Now, if we are practicing the culture of free speech, why is it always that free speech tend to target just one religion? Why is it not just for everybody? If there's a free speech, the practice of free speech is to be practiced by all. It should target all of the factors equally, and it should give opportunity to all of them equally, not just to one religion. Another factor that we can talk about here is, while I read certain articles of this on how Hindu phobia is being pushed forth on web-based portals, I've got to see one very interesting topic which says there are also pro-Hindu things that are shown on web-based content. Now, for all the audiences, I would like them to comment down in below, how does pro-Hindu things counter for all the Hindu phobia that the OTT platforms cater? And now that we've reached to this point of discussion, where it boils down, what do you feel, Tushar? Is it necessary for the government to regulate all the anti-Hindu content that's being pushed forth on the OTT platforms?
My answer won't please a lot of people. I don't think the government should be interfering. Let's be very clear about it, Anushka. It has to be taken on a case-by-case basis. Because, of course, you're not wrong about the kind of content there was in Ghol, in Leela, in Sacred Games even. even in some other web series, there is a lot of content which can be classified as Hindu-phobic. That's one. But where do we draw the line? That is the challenge. Now, there are some lot of frivolous complaints also that come up in complaining about Hindu-phobic content. To give you an example, someone tweeted yesterday that in Mirzapur, all the villains are somehow Hindus and all the anti-heroes or heroes, for instance, or all the loyal people are shown to be Muslims. Now, if you're going to get into such frivolous arguments about what classifies as Hindu-phobic or what does not, that's going to be a bit of a problem. Now, I'll give you an example. Let's hypothetically assume that PK was released today on an OTT platform, PK which starred Amir Khan, where it was heavily Hindu-phobic. The movie was obnoxious. It was heavily Hindu-phobic for all the right classifications, it was a Hindu-phobic movie. Now, if it was released on an OTT platform, would I call it Hindu-phobic? Of course I would. Would I want the government to censor it right away? No, I wouldn't want that. What should really happen is that there should be a mechanism in place where certain content like this can be reported to the right authorities. They can be under the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, and from there, a proper legal recourse is taken. I do not want few groups coming together, pointing out to a certain series or a movie, and the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting censoring it. No, that shouldn't happen. There should be a proper legal discourse that takes place. Now, there was a movie that was recently released on Netflix which had an instance where the Hindu gods were insulted. Again, that is Hindu-phobic, and people should have the right to take it to the right authorities, and the entire legal duration of this entire case should be short. For instance, if a movie is releasing on Friday, the court shouldn't be announcing 2 or 3 years later that the content was Hindu-phobic or not. The decision should come within 2 to 4 days. They can take the stakeholders into place. They can be the industry stakeholders from the film industry. They can be people from the CBFC, for instance, which is for OTT platforms, which can be introduced for OTT platforms. But this needs to be taken through a proper legal recourse. If the government has to interfere, it will become a wrong precedent for the future. See, what happens right now is the content is Hindu-phobic. I'm not disagreeing to that. But where do we draw the line? Who draws the line? Tomorrow, someone might say that pro-Hindu content is a problem. Already firecrackers and Chhat Puja are a problem. So tomorrow, pro-Hindu content might also become a problem. So the law needs to take place, and it should be in a manner that swift justice is there. 2 or 3 days. If the series is culprit of being Hindu-phobic or phobic about any religion, not just Hindus, but any religion, if it offends religious sentiments of anyone, it should be censored. That's how it should work. But the government just censoring it straight away as many people want, that shouldn't happen.
एग्जैक्टली तुषार, हैविंग टॉक्ड अबाउट मिर्जापुर, अभी मुझे याद आया जब अभी रिसेंटली निकिता तोमर का केस हुआ था, तो बाद में जब अपराधी से पूछा गया तो इवन ही सेड, तौसीफ सेड कि वो बहुत ज़्यादा इंस्पायर्ड था मिर्ज़ापुर, और कई हद तक उसको मिर्ज़ापुर ने पुश किया वो जो इंस्टेंस बना उसको करने के लिए. तो अगर हम देखते हैं कि ये सारी चीज़ें होती हैं OTT प्लेटफॉर्म्स पर, और इस पर अगर रेगुलेशन आता है, तो इफ़ आई फील नाउ द गवर्नमेंट इज टॉकिंग अबाउट रेगुलेशंस टू बी पुश्ड फोर्थ ऑन OTT प्लेटफॉर्म्स, ये जो रेगुलेशंस आ रहे हैं इनको कहीं से कहीं तक क्रिएटिव फ्रीडम को कर्व नहीं करना चाहिए, और कहीं पर भी ये फ्रीडम ऑफ स्पीच या फिर जो आर्टिस्टिक फ्रीडम होती है उसको कर्व करने की बात ना करे तो ही अच्छा रहेगा. एंड तुषार, नाउ आई वुड
important point, since you spoke about Mirzapur. Now, can we suddenly catch hold of the Mirzapur producers for what the Nikita Tomar case ended up being like? I don't think that's fair. Because see, when the regulation is there, it's not just about OTT platforms. It's not just about a Netflix Prime Video. What we are doing also classifies as content. This entire discussion is another content that will now be under the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. So tomorrow someone will have a problem with my answers or your answers and claim it to be some sort of a phobic content, and then they will take a legal recourse. But it cannot be frivolous in nature. That's my point. Like, I gave the example of PK for this very specific reason. When the hurting of religious sentiments is in your face, it's very evident that there should be proper action through a legal means. But when there is such frivolous complaints by people, like there were some people who started blaming Mirzapur for it, who started blaming the actors for it, for the producers for it. Now, if you start doing this, then there is no place for creative freedom, because there are people who will find something bad to learn from even a very good series. I'm sure people will find something bad to learn even from a Rajshri movie at the end of the day. So where do we draw the line? That's the challenge.
Exactly, Tushar. And now, while we were doing this discussion, I realized that some people might claim that this all the regulations that the government might push forth might be in the light of curbing the freedom of speech. But all the discussion that we had today was just to initiate an open conversation around this topic. And since we say that media is a mirror to the society, we tend to realize that there are certain times that a mirror needs to be held up to the media too. Thank you, viewers, for watching this.
Thanks.